Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Sinema. Senator Warner from Virginia is recognized from his office.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate and glad you're having this very important hearing. Administrator Fernandez, first of all, let me say how happy I am that we got an FTA administrator who is actually worked back in the 90s for WMATA. As you know, our system here serves the whole national capital region. Virtually every member on this committee has staff members that ride WMATA, hopefully on almost a daily basis. But as you're also aware, obviously coming out of COVID, WMATA, like almost all transit systems around the country, are having some challenges on again getting ridership levels back up. Can you kind of on a first of all generalized basis, then I'm going to ask a follow-up question on the Silver Line to Dulles, but on a generalized basis, can you talk about FTA's working relationship with WMATA and what FTA is doing to, again, take a major system like WMATA and help it get back to pre-COVID ridership and other levels?
Yes, Senator, thank you very much for that question. So, of course, because the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority is here in the nation's capital, and this is where we are located as well, we see and live the WMATA service experience. I use Metro all the time, and therefore I can tell you that the ridership on the Metro system is continuing to grow to some points that we have to sometimes wait for another train. But nonetheless, our relationship, the Federal Transit Administration's relationship with WMATA is a very good one. We have a responsibility for providing safety oversight through the Washington Metropolitan Safety Commission of the operations of the Metro, and also working with WMATA and all transit agencies across the country to assist them with transit renewal and assist them with ideas, exchanges of information, and collaboration on how they can not only build back ridership, but also on the safety challenges that they have experienced through peer-to-peer review and collaboration. The leadership changes that have occurred recently with the former general manager retiring and the incoming general manager that's going to be joining on July 25th, Randy Clark from Austin, Texas. I think this it's a great opportunity for WMATA to continue focusing on all the things that matter, and that is safety, ridership, and delivering the highest quality service to the people who live here, who work here, and those who visit.
Well, Administrator, I appreciate that response. I do want to zero in on these last 2 minutes, though, on as you're aware, finishing Metro out to Dulles has been a long and involved process, and we finally had the handover from the Airports Authority, which did the construction, back over to Metro. Obviously, FTA has a role on the safety assessment. My hope is, since we've made that transference, and obviously we've got to make sure phase 2 is safe, but that we do that safety assessment in as timely a manner as possible. We've got to make sure that we get that phase 2 open. We got to make sure it's open in a safe way. And can you, and we've been working closely with the Safety Commission, but can you give us a little bit of a sense? Do you feel like, with the new general manager coming in, I think we've got a timeline of later in the year to get this open to the public. Do you have any concerns about us meeting those timelines?
Senator, from the information that I have received through our regional office in Philadelphia that oversees WMATA, the project is proceeding. It is in commissioning. That means that they're doing testing, and that's one of the reasons that now it's in the WMATA's hands to ensure that all of the systems that have been installed are going to operate safely. The decision then, once that testing is completed, would be the Federal Transit Administration will be signing off on the next step, which would be the identification or determination of a revenue service operations date. And we would do so once we're fully satisfied that it is safe to operate.
And all I'm asking, Administrator, is one, I look forward to working with you on this. Two, if there are concerns, I hope that we hear sooner rather than later. What we don't want to do is go through this whole process and at the 11th hour, here there's a concern that's not been addressed. So I look forward to working with you, and again, appreciate your prior experience working with Metro. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Warner. Senator Warren of Massachusetts is recognized.
Thank